So the NFL free agent season has started this week, and obviously a lot of free agents have been moved already. Taylor Heineke to Atlanta, um, like Mike White to New York. Lamar Jackson, I wanted to talk about Lamar Jackson a little bit because he's been placed on the non-exclusive franchise tag by the
And
way.
he just turned down a 3-year, $133 million contract. It's kind of pretty evident now that Lamar Jackson does not want to be in Baltimore. And it's kind of, a show on him and the organization of Baltimore not being able to settle down on a contract. It shows Lamar Jackson's unhappy with the team, and they're just, where do they go from here? And will he leave, or will they keep trying to beg him to stay for a year until he truly tries to leave or get traded?
Yeah, me and Thomas were talking about this before the show. Lamar Jackson will not accept any deal to Baltimore. We believe he will not be a waiver next year. He does not want to play there. If any team could match the contract that Baltimore offers, he will take that. My guess is I'm sticking with my Lamar Jackson to Atlanta prediction. Atlanta will actually conduct a trade for Lamar Jackson on draft night. But let's get into some other free agent topics. Jesse Bates, the standout Bengal safety, has agreed to a deal with the Falcons. Um, who is your biggest free agent still on the board? Who do you think is the biggest free agent not signed yet?
Uh, Let me check. Hang on. I'm kind of like looking to make sure. Like,
Oh,
obviously, okay. Um, we got Wentz, who's still not on the team right now.
right.
Uh,
We talked about Carson Wentz a few weeks ago.
yep.
Me and Evan obviously don't think he's going to play in the NFL again. What do you think about
He,
Carson Wentz,
like,
Thomas?
it's just like the issue with him is just he doesn't. I don't know. He like with the Colts and Commanders, he's just not gotten it together, and it just. I mean, when he was in Indianapolis, it looked like that whole he was about to be in the playoffs. And the last game against the Jaguars, before Trevor Lawrence went off his second year, this was still his rookie year, went, dropped the ball, and the Colts missed the playoffs. What should have been most likely a slam dunk for the Colts to get in the playoffs, they lost to Jacksonville. Then this year, Wentz didn't
Carson
do
Wentz just couldn't get together.
Yep.
Washington.
It's just Washington. All right. That's just freaking Washington. All right. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Who are your other big free agents still on the board?
I mean, we got,
Maybe Orlando Brown Jr., maybe
yep.
someone like that.
Yep. Orlando Brown Jr., Frank Clark.
Yeah. Frank
Uh,
Clark is definitely a big one. That big defensive tackle from Kansas City, he's obviously up high on
he's,
the board. Maybe Segarius Smith from Minnesota if he ends up getting released.
yep. Definitely that. There's still plenty of options if the team hasn't really, really gone anywhere. Um, yeah, I think there's a good amount of options that are going to be weighed, and it's just going to be a wait and see thing, honestly.
Yeah,
Um,
Teddy
got
Bridgewater is obviously a free agent
Yep,
still.
Baker
He's
Mayfield.
walking from the Miami Dolphins. Who do you think Teddy Bridgewater signs with?
Uh any team that needs a quarterback or a backup. I mean, sorry, but Teddy Bridgewater hasn't like I think he was injured a good amount of times and he just couldn't stay healthy. And obviously now he's just probably looking for backup roles, and that's unfortunate.
Yeah,
Uh,
if I remember, Teddy Bridgewater made one eye-popping throw in um in relief of Tua Tagovailoa this year for the Miami Dolphins, and then the Dolphins were finally like, we don't want to go with Bridgewater. We're going to stick with Stanley Thompson.
Yep. And then we got Baker Mayfield, who I don't know what happened to him. He was good in his first few years and just fell off. And obviously his stint with the Panthers and the Rams were ugh.
Yeah, he was winning games for the Cleveland Browns in relief that first year. We thought the Cleveland Browns were going to go to the playoffs in a full year of Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I mean Mayfield was a first. He got the Browns to the playoffs when they hadn't made the playoffs since 2003. Like people like this was his legacy. And the Browns, I'll rant about the Browns. They just can't settle on a quarterback. Like you need to
Right.
give the quarterback time, and you got to give it time to develop. They just go on 1 year. Oh, you're not that. They're basically been renting a quarterback for 1 to 2 years. Like what the heck is going on with them? And we could obviously argue about the Indianapolis Colts, who are just freaking renting quarterbacks left and right, and it's just annoying. All right.
Yeah, Matt Ryan, Sam Ehlinger.
Yep. Yep.
The
Yeah.
last great quarterback Indianapolis might have had was Peyton Manning. Obviously, Peyton Manning was one of the
Oh,
greats.
come on.
Did
Okay,
you say
come on.
Peyton Manning?
Andrew Luck was really great. He was great. He was good. But the thing was, they also did not build a protection line for him. The offensive line stunk until
Yes.
2018 when he was already injured like twice. And then all of a sudden, we now have to care about the O line.
Yes, but when it comes
And
down to
he had
who
a great
was
year
the
in
better
2018.
quarterback.
He had a comeback player of the year. We were thinking that 2019 was going to be our Super Bowl year. Then he freaking announces his retirement before the season. It was
Right.
during the preseason game. And I don't even know, was his injury even that bad? No. But I mean, I kind of understand that, you've been injured like 5 times in like a few years and you've been doing all this rehab and all that. It's probably going to get really mentally, your mental instinct of football is no longer going to be there for you to save you.
Yeah, so two more things in this topic. Obviously Andrew Luck, great quarterback. When it comes down to Peyton Manning and Andrew Luck, you do have to end up taking Peyton Manning.
Well, I'm not saying Andrew Luck was great. Like, he wasn't like, he could have been. He could
Hmm.
have been. Thank you,
Right.
Indianapolis. Thank you, freaking Ryan Grigson. Thank you. But yeah, Peyton Manning definitely, and then Andrew Luck would have been great. He was good, but he would have
At the
been great.
offensive line.
Yep, if they had an offensive line, but they decided to take care of it after he was already injured. We traded the draft pick for Trent Richardson. Trent Richardson.
Yep.